Welcome back to another Lab Notes, and this is where we're going to dig into some of the 3D printing news that's out there, things that aren't only of interest to the larger 3D printing community, but things also that can really help us in our own 3D print labs. And speaking of helping us in 3D print labs and paying some bills, in case you haven't heard, PCBWay not only has 3D prints of the models that you make in all the standard filaments, but they offer 3D printing in all kinds of materials and finishes to fit practically any project. So whether you want to experiment with a design, make a custom part, or create something unique, PCBWay can help. Now for most of us with 3D printers, we're probably not going to be using those high-end, super strong filaments, but PCBWay can. And don't miss any current promotions, like the sale on TPU right now with savings up to 40% off. All you have to do is upload your idea and the team's going to handle the printing and ship it straight to your door. So check out PCBWay.com and see what you can make. All right, looking back at the last lab notes that we had, I mentioned that Prusa had introduced something called EasyPrint. It's a cloud-powered slicer that allows practically any device to slice your models and then send them to your 3D printers. And you don't have to have a program installed to do this. They do it straight from printables.com, or you can use the app. But they've been working on it, and I'm a little shocked at this. They are saying now that this slicing program is working with over 22 printer companies, not just 3D printers. And that includes Bambu. Now, from what I can tell in the early stages here, it's still getting going, but if you want to try it, head over to printables.com and just find a file you like. You'll have to go down to the Files option where you would normally download, and there you're going to see EasyPrint. You'll have to set up your printer to make everything work, but once you do, it's supposed to just work seamlessly. I've tried it a little bit, and it seems like it's getting there. It's pretty amazing that they're even trying to do something like this. I know personally right now with the dozen or so printers I think I have 6 different slicers that I have to use. So yeah, having something that could work with all of them, even if it's just creating the G code and allowing me to download it and then put it on there, that's a big deal to me at least. Oh yeah, also meant to mention that while it works with printables.com, if you want to try the Prusa mobile app, it also works on there. Nice. Well, along those same lines, Bambu Lab has put out a new software that, if you have a lot of Bambu printers, this should make you happy if you're worried about privacy and security, which I know earlier this year that was a big talk of everybody out there. So they have now the Farm Manager software, and that's going to control, from what I can tell, an unlimited number of any combination of Bambu printers. And it's going to work all on your own internal local network. Looking it over, yeah, this is going to be great for print farms and anybody that has more than just this, or you're doing it as a business maybe, I could see this working really well for you. So I'm interested in the fact you can see all of your Bambu printers just on one screen and control them from there. That sounds really nice. Now, wouldn't it be nice if they also added, or if they have, not that I can tell, similar functionality as that Prusa EasyPrint, where you can do it not just with Bambu printers, but with practically everything else out there. So seeing all of my printers on one screen, that would be really nice. So if you've tried the Farm Manager, if you have any experience with it, you know, let us know in the comments. Let us know what you think. All right, changing from software to hardware, and in case you missed it over the summer, like apparently I did, AnkerMake has decided to stop all sales. And production of the AnkerMake M5 and M5C 3D printers. And they said they were having too many issues getting parts from the supply chain, but I'm kind of guessing they weren't selling a whole lot. The biggest issue I see for this is those of us that have the M5 or M5C, and I hope they're going to continue to provide some sort of support, at least for the near future, just in case something happens, but who knows. Now, looking toward the future, I have to say that I'm always amazed how market analysts and futurists and people like that, I never understand how they come up with all these forecast numbers for the next 5 or 10 years. And it really reminds me of those ads, you know, like from the 50s and 60s that we see now and laugh about, you know, wait till 2020, whatever, and you'll have flying cars. I want my flying car.
Well, everyone has a flying car.
According to GlobeNewsWire.com, they're saying that the 3D printing market in 2025 is right now right at $25 billion with a B, billion. And while that's incredible, they go on to say that by 2030, they're expecting it to be in the neighborhood of $74 billion. Now, that is a lot, especially over the next 5 years. One thing that they said stood out to me, it says the industry no longer needs to prove that 3D printing works. Every time I see something new come out about 3D printing, they're building houses, they're building rockets, they're all this different things. As I've said, it's going to trickle down, and we're going to see it get so much better even than we have it now. And I think right now we have it really good with a lot of these 3D printers. Almost just plug and play and walk away and then come back and everything's good. I was going to be done here, and then I got a text from my wife about something, a story that was just so good I felt like I needed to include it here. There's a design tech studio in Los Angeles, and I'm going to ruin this name, I know. The name of the company is Presq, P-R-E-S-Q, and they're very much into making shoes. They recently partnered with Bambu Lab, and Bambu is going to supply a lot of 3D printers to them, and it's going to support rapid production and public demonstrations and stuff like that. They're going to make a shoe, and I say going to, I actually found it. It's available right now that's open source. And I'll have that link in the description. You can go get it yourself on MakerWorld. Here's the most interesting thing that I kind of wanted to share with you. It says that the initial release includes files for a US men's size 10 and a scaling coefficient for other sizes. A pre-sliced 3MF file optimized for Bambu H2D printers is also available. It's set up for matte TPE 85A with PLA support material to allow for efficient printing, clean removal, and a wearable finish. So TPE 85A, in case you don't know, it's very similar to TPU. It's going to be a lot more flexible and easier to print with than some TPUs are. I love that they're using multi-material. They're leaning right into that whole thing that we've heard a lot of people talk about, PLA for supports on other materials, maybe PETG for PLA, PLA for PETG. Here we've got PLA supports for TPE, and it's already pre-sliced and ready for you. And like I said, the files on MakerWorld, there's a scaling table on there so that you can scale it up to fit your own feet and make your own pair of shoes. And yeah, I know, there's a lot of shoes on MakerWorld, printables, Thingiverse. I mean, they're all out there. But the really interesting thing to me is I think this may be the first one that's created and provided by an actual design company intended to be comfortable and print properly. So yeah, I'm probably going to get to it eventually myself, but if you've tried it, again, let us know in the comments, or if you've tried others, let us know, so that way we can all help each other out and not have all those failures that I know a lot of people have had through the years. Well, that's it for this edition of Lab Notes. Have fun, keep 3D printing, and let's all continue to learn, create, and amaze.